Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today we get to take a look at the 2025 BMW X4. This is the M Competition. It's finished off in Brooklyn Gray Metallic, and the MSRP is just shy of $94,000. We have a lot to go over for this performance-oriented SUV from BMW, and we'll start off underneath the hood, where this is powered by the 3-liter inline 6-cylinder twin-power turbo engine. It's paired to both the 48-volt hybrid system along with the 8-speed automatic. This pumps out 503 horsepower, 479 pound-feet of torque. That power is sent through the xDrive all-wheel drive system, propelling this 4,400-pound SUV from 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds. Top speed is 155 miles an hour. Now, as we take a look at the exterior styling, you'll notice there's a lot of gloss black. It's on the kidney grille, there's a forward-facing camera, distance sensor in the lower section, all of the parking sensors too, and tons of cutouts to provide additional cooling. There's also LEDs for all the lighting, and then some crisp lines that come down the hood. This model also has a really nice set of two-tone wheels with the multi-spoke design, red M Sport brakes, very crisp arches for the fender flares. It's also in the lower side skirt there. There's the X4M badge with gloss black. There's more gloss black on the power folding side mirrors with the camera and the turn signal. It's on the window trim, roof racks. There's also a full moonroof up top too. And then really neat lines going down the side. Now with the X4, you get the coupe-like design, so a very steeply raked rear glass, where there's also the spoiler up top. There's a secondary one down below. There's LEDs for all of the lighting. There's a backup camera, more gloss black with the quad-tip dual exhaust in the lower section too. And then you can also use the BMW badge to open up the power liftgate. Now with that coupe-like design, you might lose a little bit of height, but you'd still have plenty of space in the back. This model also has a spare tire, a little bit of storage. There's tie-down hooks, a 12-volt with a hook here. You could remove this, and of course you can fold down the back seats to give yourself that much more interior space. Now there's also a control to lock the vehicle too. If you do lock it, there's proximity door handles, so you can't unlock it from the back. This model has carbon fiber, brushed aluminum accents, there's storage down below, and then the orange interior. Now at 5'10", I have a good bit of space. There's no storage pockets behind the front seats. You have vents in the middle. These are heated seats. You have temperature adjustments, auxiliaries, and I have about a ½ inch of headroom or so. So if you're any taller than me, it might be a little bit tight. You have the armrest with cup holders, and then you can even fold down this middle seat if you need to. Now you do have a small cargo window there, so you can use that along with the glass in the rear in order to see around this entire pillar here. Now up front, there's memory seating adjustments, Harman Kardon for the audio, liftgate, power side mirrors, window controls, and additional storage. Now the front seats are automatic with the one manual support, and they have a really great design to them. Now let's start this up, where this has a leather steering wheel, paddle shifters, M1 and M2, cruise and all of the distance pacing controls are on the left side. This is a heated steering wheel, and then there's volume tuning, Bluetooth, and voice commands. Now going through digital gauge cluster, you use the button on the top of the turn signal stalk to access some information over on the right side. So for this layout, the rest of the screen is going to be fixed. But you can at least go through some of this information, just depending on what you would like to see. On the left, there's a little bit of storage, headlight adjustments, one air vent. This model also features a head-up display. And then with the infotainment system, you have quite a lot to go through. So for the home screen, you can swipe through a few of those settings, and then everything on the left side is going to be fixed, so you can quickly get into that. Now under car, this is where you can go through a lot more information. You have some driving displays that you can pull up just to view all of that. Under M menu, this is how you can configure M1 and M2. So you can have these presets set up and ready to go depending on how you want the vehicle to react and the responsiveness that you would like. There's vehicle status, various settings that you can get into as well for your daily driving to get all of that set up as needed. And this also has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with some other installed apps that you can go through too. Now this also has a lot of standard safety features that you can configure as needed. A small LCD screen for all of the climates, so you can adjust fan speed, temperature, and where you'd like the air to go. This model is also equipped with heated and ventilated seats, so you can actually just use one button to control how you would like that to be set up. There's volume, presets, and tuning. And then in the lower section, there's wireless charging, cup holders, and auxiliaries. All of the shortcuts for the screen up top, so that way you don't have to use it as a touchscreen system. This is how to put it into reverse, where there's the backup camera, top-down view, automatic parking, and backup assistance, which is nice. So you have no shortage of visibility around the entire vehicle, and you can even pull up the forward-facing camera in full screen, which is helpful. There's drive, sport mode, park on the backside, along with being able to adjust how slow or quickly you want the transmission to shift. There's traction control, forward-facing camera, parking sensors, along with the engine start-stop. And then by pushing on M mode, this is how you can change the gauge cluster and the head-up display to show some more sporty information. Setup is how you get into M1 and M2, so you can set those up. There's an exhaust note, auto hold, e-brake, downhill assist, a little bit of storage, along with storage in the glove box. And then garage door buttons up top, dome lights, and adjustments for the sunshade and sunroof. And then here's a look at visibility. It's pretty easy to see over both shoulders. And we're in sport mode, second gear. Here we go. Just a mild acceleration. You can feel that this car just wants to keep going. Paddles are very smooth too, and that was in the quickest shifting settings as well. So if I tone it down to the lowest setting, we are going to have a little bit more of a delay in the shifts. So again, just depending on how you want to drive this vehicle, you can set it up to your liking. So this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the X4M Competition. I think it's nice that they haven't put the curved screen in this yet. I think that's probably something that they might do for the next model year. But we do have a little bit larger of an infotainment system with all of the same information, just a little bit larger to be able to view. This is a fun SUV to drive. You almost forget that you are in an SUV. It's a little bit low, but we have the adjustments in the height to go up and down, so you can still see out of the hood and everything. But it feels like a small SUV, as it should, but you're not really low to the ground or too high up either. But it's definitely a nice seating position for this. And we have a really nice layout to go through all this information very easily. Just a fun vehicle to drive. I wish I could do some more performance driving with it since we have the top trim level. This would be phenomenal to take on some back roads and really see how well this can perform for being an SUV. But with some of the turns that I've done today, it definitely handles very well. Now, as far as being on the smaller side too, hopefully we can do this without having to back up. We do have a tight turning radius there, which is nice for its smaller size, so it's going to be easy to maneuver in parking lot situations. And then we just have plenty of power where this just wants to keep going. It's very, very performance oriented and a quick vehicle. So if you're looking for a blend between an SUV, a little bit more practicality, and you still want to retain those sports car characteristics, X4M Competition is a great option. So that's going to wrap it up for this 2025 year model. Once again, huge shout out to Hendrick BMW Northlake for providing this for me today. Take a look at their website, give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.